What's up, everybody? This is the Uncanny Omar. Welcome to your Saturday live stream, the Q&A for Saturday. Today is Saturday, August 20th, 2022. It is 11 a.m. here in the state of Kentucky. How is everybody doing? Where's everybody from? I heard about Savage Dragons. Savage Dragon. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. So, I lie. I'm a liar, Dean. Some things have to be postponed for a reason. Had anyone stopped by Marvel Omnis because of iMac? Interesting. That is a good question. I don't know. Boston in the house. Connecticut, Sandy. Hey, dude, you are up early. Well, 3 hours, right? So you guys are at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m., correct? If I'm not mistaken. I believe so. Yes. But happy to have you here. Melanie is doing mommy things right now. We had a kiddo spend the night at another kiddo's house. So she may pop in. Not sure. We'll see. She had a rough week I'm sure every teacher, if they went back to school this week, it was rough. So she's a little bit drained. What's up, Hamza? How are you, my dude? Hey, Omar. This is pretty much my first time tuning into one of these live streams. Been a huge fan of the content for months, though I'm from the UK. Thank you so much, Cryptic. I'm happy to have you here, my dude. 8 a.m. Yes. What's up, Marvel Masterpieces? Jacob, New York City. That's where I will be in October. Come October, we're going to go to the New York Comic Con upstate. That's where you are, New Spooky Channel. I better see you all at New York Comic Con. You ain't got that far to go. I know I'm going to see my dude Derek there at New York Comic Con. What's up, Derek? How are you, man? Central Illinois, and all the way from Sweden. I love all these different places. That's awesome. What's up, Lionheart and my buddy Kenny? Chris, how are you, my brother? Charlotte, North Carolina. Finish up reread of Lock and Key. It's been great revisiting. What are some of your favorite rereads? Anything by Don Rosa and Uncle Scrooge. Anything X-Men. I love rereading things in chronological order, going through what I call, I don't want to call them dumps, but going through the lows, and because I know what's coming with the highs. So yeah, X-Men, Claremont, Batman, do those in chronological order. As far as like what some of my favorite books that I love rereading over and over again, things like Watchmen. I think I did a video on my favorite books that I love to reread. Watchmen is definitely up there. What's up? Look at that good-looking dude right there in a suit. The suit will be back tomorrow. Hey, Omar, any news about Thor by Jason Aaron, Volume 2? No news. No news, sorry. Cute shirt. Thank you. This is my Totoro shirt. My kids love this shirt. Omar, have you watched She-Hulk yet? Love the first episode. Yes, if you want to know my thoughts and the amazing Amanda's thoughts, join us tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be reviewing that. What's up, Graham? How are you, my brother? Good morning, everyone. Yes, I basically went straight to sleep as soon as I got home from teaching yesterday. Exhausting first week. God bless y'all, is all I can say, man. Teachers have it rough. Michigan at work and watching. Thank you. We're not going to say, Emmett, I think we got your email, my dude. Conehead, right? Conehead. Hey, Omar, what's up, man? Maddie is in charge of Old Reader, New Reader, so I will forward it to her. I'm doing okay. Omar, did you see my tweet about X Factor mapping? When did you send it? Starting on, speaking of social media, starting on Monday, I want to give a huge thank you to Taylor. He has taken over social media for us at Near Mint Condition. So if you have answers or questions on social media, he'll try to filter them out and get to me, the ones that he can't answer. But thank you again to Taylor if he's watching right now. 1 a.m. in Melbourne. What is up? I just decided to do that because it was, first of all, he offered. That was really sweet. And it was time to start focusing more on editing and videos and learning new editing techniques. I will still be answering all the questions on Patreon, though. That will still be just me. But as far as social media like Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, that will now be tailored. So thank you, my dude. Happy Saturday to the best comic book channel on YouTube. What's up, Logan Wayne? Near Mint Condition, my dude. Hey, Omar, what writer do you think had Matt Murdock doing the most lawyering? You're right, because it always seems to be like Matt's down on his luck. Something horrible is happening to him in his personal life. Breakups, demons, the hand. Who had the most lawyering? Honestly, I think Wade had a lot of fun with it, but Brubaker did too. Bendis had a couple of really good issues where it showed what the trials were. Man, the most lawyering. Maybe some of Thomas's stuff, Roy Thomas. I got to think of like early and Shantina too, though. That is a really good question. I wonder who's got the record for most time in a courtroom. Can't wait for the return again of Justice Society of America. Yes, if y'all have not heard, there is a 6-issue miniseries by Jeff Johns reuniting the characters of the JSA, and I'm excited for that. I'm excited for actually the return of Wildstorm. I know fifth time's a charm, but maybe we can get Wildcats back. I love rereading Batman and rereading fantasy novels. Hey Omar, is it a very big Hellions oversized hardcover? It is all 18 issues, so it includes the X of Swords in here. For those curious if X of Swords is going to be collected in here, as far as and as well as the Hellfire Gala. I just got it in 2 days ago. Haven't had a chance to open it because I was going through that book back there, Wakanda Forever, or the Wakanda Black Panther book rather. Omar, have you read Black and White, Black Knight Serialized story in the Captain Britain Omnibus? I'm curious. Yes, I did when I first got it. So a couple months ago. It was all right. I still enjoyed more of the Claremont and the Alan Moore stuff, but I appreciated what they were doing. And then when they brought it into the color, I thought that was a really cool way of doing it. What's up, MFedEx? The Friday announcement got delayed until tomorrow. So now the schedule is tomorrow there's going to be an announcement, then on Friday of next week and Sunday of next week. That's correct. What's up, Russell? Small town, Iowa says, good morning. Oh, great Uncanny. Thank you, my dude. So 3 new Omnis for tomorrow's announcement. No, sir. No. You already got your 3 Omni announcements, right? Immortal Hulk, Defenders 2. What was the other one that I announced? Oh, Loki, the modern omnibus. Those were some of my favorite announcements. Like Immortal Hulk was one that I've known about for a while, and people kept asking me. I couldn't say anything, right? So when, like, I don't know if everybody knows, but I signed an NDA. So even if people ask me, like, hey, when is this coming out? I can't answer that, even if I know. So I've known about it for a couple of months now. And it was just a matter of like when to release it. And it's really interesting to look at the comments, because I look at all the comments, right, as they come in. I don't reply back to all of them. All the people that were mad from like the previous weeks. This is ridiculous. Marvel's never going to give us. And then there was a conspiracy theory about Immortal Hulk. There's no way they're going to give us that. You know why? Because this. And I'm just looking at the thing going, yeah, all right, we'll see how y'all feel when I get to announce it finally. But as always, there's always something else to complain about. I will check it out, Adam. Thank you so much. What's up? There's my dude, Taylor Talks Comics. That's the guy that's taking over my social media. A big thank you to him. Enjoying the live stream from sunny Belgium after being pleasantly surprised this morning when Justice League. You already got yours. Mine has been in the freaking mail. We've had issues in the U.S. Postal Service here in my town. I don't know why, but my Amazon packages are somewhere, and I got those a week and a half ago. But my Justice League was sent to me about a week and a half ago. Still nothing. Like, it hasn't updated. It's somewhere in California, which, by the way, if you're not from the United States, here's Kentucky, here's California. But if you're watching, got to do that right because you're watching it backwards. Anyway, you get the idea. It's not really close. My first school year is off to a great start, but our district cannot organize to save its life. Dude, I'm glad. Melanie is worn out. That's why she's not here. She's going to go pick up the kid and go and have a relaxing day. I told her if she wants to, she can be more than happy to join me. Picked up that Wonder Woman Black and Gold yesterday. Can't wait to read. It looks beautiful. Notice how Omar didn't rule out him doing a Q&A for OnlyFans. No, I have not. Times get hard, man. Times get hard. I did want to talk about something really quick, and I'm glad that, thank you, my buddy, Jeff Sutter, brought this up. Thank you for the super chat. So we lost another giant in the industry. Tom Palmer passed away. I knew him as one of the inkers when I first started reading, getting into comics. And, you know, as a kid, names don't really click with you. I think one of the biggest ones at first was George Paydez, because I was like, oh, he's a Latino working in comics. That's really cool. One day I want to do that. And Tom Palmer was a name that stuck with me because of his inks on John Buscema's Avengers run. But he did so much more than that. I mean, he was a phenomenal illustrator. He was a painter. He did the painting for the final issue of Avengers before Onslaught, and then, of course, Heroes Reborn. But he passed away yesterday. It was really sad. His son made a beautiful statement, you know, how all these people knew his father as an artist, how all these people, you know, loved his inks, loved his pencils, loved his paintings, but he just knew him as dad. I thought that was a beautiful tribute. So rest in peace to another legend that we lost way too soon this year, man. Stop. Hey, Omar, have you seen many Omnis that have been delayed from September? Yes. So remember when I was saying that September is going to be a big Omni-geddon? That is no longer the case. Things have moved into October now. And I think retailers are going to get a notice from PRH to see what exactly is going on. I hope to get to talk to David sometime this week to see what the plan is and what the new schedules are. I think they're still trying to figure that out, trying to move things around, but that's what's happening. Seems like things are shifting all the time, which is just sucks, right? Because we want those books now. Any chance for an Absolute Wildcats reprint? Absolute. Oh gosh, I can't believe I said that's the only dad joke you're going to hear today. Yes, I think there will be a reprint of Absolute Wildcats. It sold too well. It's Jim Lee. I mean, he's still big up there in DC Comics. So, I'm reading Batman Rebirth for the first time. All the tie-in books worth picking up. The Button, Night of the Monster Man. If you're reading Batman for the first time and you have things like Nightwing already, or the issues of Detective Comics or in trade paperback, those are, you don't have to get the books of Night of the Monster Man is one that you don't even have to get, really. I would definitely get the Button, though. That's the crossover with the Flash. That is completely worth picking up. And you just need to pick up the Flash Volume 2 Deluxe Edition, if it's still in print. What's up, Chris? How are you, my dude? Omar has the Superman S curl action going. Yeah, sometimes when I get out the shower, that's what the hair starts doing. My mom told me that I was naturally a curly head when I was a kid. Then my grandma shaved my head and grew out straight. I didn't even know that was a thing. Hey, Omar, after watching Prey, which is the best, dude, loved Prey. Loved it since the original Predator movie. And I'm a big fan of Predator 2, by the way. I like Predator 1, Predator 2, and that's it. All the other Predator movies, Alien versus Predators. But Prey was solid. I'm excited to read the Predator Omnibus. Any positive? Oh, dude, Predator was solid. I haven't read any of the new series, but the old classic Predator stuff that's in that Omnibus is great, especially that miniseries. The idea for what Predator 2 could have been, yes, it's better than the movie, but that's okay. The movie still kicks butt. Actual lawyer Charles Soule didn't indulge in some courtroom antics then. He did, but I don't think as much as some of the others that I mentioned. You think it would be possible for a reprint of Mark Waid's Fantastic Four? Absolutely. Absolutely. Omar, are you going to do an Echolands overview? Yes, that's another book that's kind of out there. I have no idea where these books are. I'm patiently waiting. I always love McFarlane's inks on Capullo's pencils. Is McFarlane inking Spawn Batman? Oh, Spawn Batman is just a what's it called? A reprint. If he's inking anything, it'll just be the cover. It's just a reprint of the Frank Miller one shot that he did with Klaus Janson, and it's a reprint of the Tom McFarlane one that he did. So, never been reprinted. Was hoping it'd be deluxe edition, but hey, what are you gonna do? Yes, Savage Dragon. Let's talk about that. Holy crap! I don't know how long y'all have been here, but I got to interview Eric Larson 2-3 years ago. And one of my favorite interviews, pretty much my entire half of the interview was me cornering him and going, look, you need to get these in collected edition. And he was like, I don't know, the amount of work and time to restore those. And Todd was the same way too. But I think it seems like these older creators didn't have faith in the product that they were putting out. And I remember when I interviewed Tom McFarlane, I reminded him of did you see how fast that toy kickstarted? People want these things. So I actually reached out to Eric Larson this past yesterday. Yeah, when I found out about it, when people were telling me about it, I was like, hey, you changed your mind. Love it. Yes, Wildcats is coming back. 5th time's a charm, right? I think this is the 5th time they try to bring it back. Love Hellions, but I'm committed to not collecting post Hawkspox. So like the Hawkspox era, or just Hawkspox is your final volume of X-Men? Omar, according to Amazon, the X-Men Epic Collection, It's Always Darkest Before the Dawn, is being reprinted. Have you heard? Yeah, I have a copy of it. Just got it in 2 weeks ago, I think. So it is being reprinted. It was voted. Remember? We all voted for it. Have you seen episode 11 of Sandman yet? Waiting for Melanie to get home. So after the stream, we got a Saturday little party to go to today. So before that, I kind of want to sneak that in there. She was just too tired to do anything yesterday. I just bought the Tom Taylor Nightwing hardcover. Why does DC do so many standard-sized books? I think it's a practice that they've had for a while. Marvel did away with the standard size hardcovers. I think they learned that no, these aren't selling enough to warrant this format. People go straight in the trade paperback, or they like deluxe editions or omnis. DC still has the. I honestly, I thought they got rid of them myself when we had the deluxe editions from Rebirth, but they started going back to them about halfway through Tom King's run. It got really weird. So then you have to wait. Oh my gosh, some of these you have to wait a year for it to become a trade paperback. And then God only knows when we'll get an omnibus or anything of those. No word on Tom King Batman Omni. Zero word. But I'm sure it will come. What's up, Trevor? Will there be a Hawksbox equals Pox? Hawks equals Pox, probably. Any hints for tomorrow? What is the hint for tomorrow? Nope. No hints for tomorrow. NDA means no Dazzler allowed. No Dazzler Buzz allowed. That's not what it means. Any updates on Transformers IDW situation? Trying to decide if I should get as many as I can before I do. The only situation I know is that they cannot. There's no way they're going to reprint them in time before they lose the contract, which sucks. We still don't know 100% who is going to get that contract. I've heard that Robert Kirkman is getting it. I don't know how I feel about that. Jan, how are you doing? Konnichiwa from Japan. Omar, do you know if Spider-Man 2099 release got moved? It did. It got moved to April 2023. So everybody, I assume, got cancellations if you pre-ordered. But it is going to be available for pre-order again. It's what was this, the Star Wars Rebellion book, I think. There was another one that got canceled that got moved. But those are two of the ones that got canceled. Dream big. How are you, Mike Irish, my dude? Good morning, my favorite YouTubers. Where's the astonishing wife? She's off today. She needed a break. What's up, Bunkmaster B? Loving that Totoro shirt. Thanks, man. This is my dude. Hi from Spain, Uncanny Omar and Kenny X-Force reprint, maybe in 2023. I'll be honest, the reprints kind of had to be put aside so they can get new books out, and then they'll bring them back. So it's just a matter of waiting around to see when they come back. But tomorrow there is a reprint. I'll say that. One is a reprint, one's a new book. September was totally emptied out, but October be fatty. Yeah, let's hope they actually come. September, I think we only have one book in there, right? What's up, my dude? Kyle Rayner, how are you, my guy? Hola, Omar desde Argentina. I just watched the Question Omnibus, and it was awesome. How did DC include the readers' letters? Right, I wish they would do that with all of these books. It's going to be something usual? I hope so. Don't you dare. My favorite Wildcats from High School Musical. Stop. Shonda Sook. Why? Hey, Omar, do you think we're going to get some classic Wilds? That's what I'm hoping for, what this means. Like, that certain announcement gives me hope that, hey, we have these uncollected books. You know, we have Stormwatch. We have so many Wildcat books past Jim Lee's run. Gen 13. Why don't we release these? You know, we own the rights to Wildstorm. You didn't like it? Dude, I thought it was great, man. I love the design of the... Oh, he's talking about Prey, by the way. I love the design of the Predator. I like the lady that's in it. She kicked all kinds of butt. I mean, it takes us back to those classic days of, like, Ripley versus Alien, you know? The last... Or what is it called? Final Girl kind of story. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. If you're naturally curly, you're kind of supposed to stay that way. I'm saying this as a natural curly girl. Oh, okay. Well, I don't think I'm normal then, because apparently my hair grew out straight. You think there's a reprint of the Mark Waid fan? You're the second person that's asked that. I think there might be one day. I don't know when, though. I don't know when. If David Gabriel's in the chat, please give us Jack Monroe Nomad Omni. I think that's the first time he's heard that. That would be like my Nth Man Omni. Maybe. Let's see. Hey, Omar, hope you're well. I'm reading Savage Dragon in hardcover. Yeah, and depending on the sales of that first one, they want to go all the way through. I don't know how many will there be, like 20 something is the way that I've kind of mapped it out. Yes, I saw that Ryan North is the new writer for the Fantastic Four. It should be interesting. What did he described it? It reminded me a little bit of the way that JMS handled Superman. For some reason, the way that I read that article, kind of like a road trip. So I'm in. Yeah, sure. Let's see what happens. Do you know if DC's planning to release John's Hawkman Omni? You mean a reprint of it? I'm sure one day with the name of Jeff Johns, I'm sure they're going to do it. Hey, Omar, any news? I hope you're good. Good. Thank you. On any news on the Gallery Edition? Longshot, Born Again, Asgardian Wars, Star Wars Empires. The Gallery Edition list that I saw had to be moved. The only book that remained was the One More Day. And I announced that last Saturday. Right? Was it last Saturday? I did it during the live stream, I think. How long do you think? That's a good question. How long do I think before we're going to get a Dan Slott omnibus of the Fantastic Four? I don't think we're going to have to wait long. I mean, if they're doing things like Venom by Donny Cates, they're doing things like the book I just announced, Immortal Hulk by Al Ewing, Spider-Man Beyond. I think it will come soon. I'll be surprised if it doesn't get announced in this year. Omar, do you think DC will ever entertain the idea of putting Sarah Lance in comics? She's a popular character from the DC TV show. Maybe make her Black Canary's sister. Maybe. I mean, they've done it before, right? That's how Renee Montoya got started. That's how Harley Quinn got started. They all came from the animated world. So probably X-Live's price point isn't great, but the material also sucks. Are you talking yourselves out of? Oh, you were the one that said you stopped at Hoxpox. Got you. Yo, you know why the material's expensive? Printed in America, baby. That's what happens. That was the Versailles printer where I used to live. Your pre-order for Rebel? Maybe I'm thinking of another one, honestly. There was one that was canceled and moved to next year. I mean, DC has released the same material in Omni and Absolute about at the same time. There's no clear strategy what they're printing and what format. I could have answered it like that. Yeah. Dude, Shadowhawk Omnibus, yes! Jim Valentino, like the first 4 issues of Shadowhawk, I thought was just not what I was expecting from an Image comic. And Shadowhawk 2 was pretty good as well. And I kind of stopped reading comics after that. So I want to go back and read those the Shadowhawk ongoing series. Machine Man has not been, I think some issues of Machine Man, not all of Machine Man has been collected. You watched Tekken anime that just came out on Netflix. Tekken, Killer Instinct, and Virtual Fighter. For me, my dude, Virtual Fighter, man. Give me my boy Akira. Oh, or Jackie. I'm faster than lightning. I don't know if anybody played those video games. I know my dude Lionheart did. Yeah, November's starting to beef up, and so is October. It looks like a lot of those in September got moved, including like Fantastic Four, including my new Warriors. What's up, Joey? This guy's so positive. Hope you're all doing well. Hope that you all have a wonderful week. Next week, I'm going to be moving into my dorm at college. Have a wonderful move. Have a wonderful year in college, my guy. Omar, do you know when Miles Morales Omnis are coming out? Will Volume 2 be before Volume 1 now? What was weird is I got the Wakanda Omnibus before the Black Panther Omnibus by Ta-Nehisi Coates or the classic one, which were announced before that. So I don't know what's going on with the schedule. I don't know if it's the different printers. I don't know if they're trying to find a new printer. Hopefully I'll have some answers sometime. That Young Avengers Omnibus was great. The one by Gillen, I liked it a lot. And I really hope they reprint the Journey into Mystery that starts off the Kid Loki journey. Be really interested in a Books of Doom Gallery edition. Now we're talking. Do you think Ghost Rider could show up in MCU Thunderbolt? I think Ghost Rider will show up before that. I think they'll start hinting at the dark Marvel universe, like Darkhold. We're getting Blade, so I think Blade will be the beginning. And I guess depending on how well Blade does in this Werewolf by Night, we already have Moon Knight, and some people are like, Moon Knight is kind of like a Night Stalker. Not really. I mean, in the comics he wasn't. I guess in the MCU they could totally make him that. My God, I'd die for a classic Stormwatch run in Omniform. Dude, those early issues by Scott Clark, rest in peace. I love that guy's artwork. There will be a collection of the One Bad Day stories. One More Day. Just blind bought Cyberforce Omni. I'm in for a treat. Am I in for a treat? Yeah, great artwork. Speaking of, I will be interviewing the legendary Mark Silvestri on Monday. My favorite comic book artist of all time, on Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So join me for that if you want to. You heard it here first. You haven't watched any Predator movie? First one's solid. It's a classic. My daughter and I watched it, and she liked Prey better, and I was like, okay, I understand. She was like, how are these guys getting killed to have all this military gear? And I'm like, yeah. And then Jesse, the body Ventura there too. Omar, do you think DC will ever? Oh, I answered that already. Hey, Omar, thoughts on DC story? Loved it. I'm hoping for an omnibus. I'm waiting for an omnibus, honestly. Thank you, Brandon. Good morning to you. Omar, has David admitted the OMD Gallery edition was a break? Not a lie, not a dream. What was the old blurb they would put in comics? It's really happening. Nathan, what's up? What did you think of Claremont's second Wolverine run, 125 to 128, Sabretooth and a Marriage to Viper? Underwhelming or disappointing? Underwhelming. I think, honestly, the return to X-Men for him was really weird. And then there were a lot of editorial mandates that are like, no, you can't use that character. Oh, sorry, that character's dead. You're going to have to move on to your own title because we got this gentleman all the way, from across the seas. And Grant Morrison's taking over the book. So they kind of like shifted him over. And he was like, well, how about I take over Uncanny? No, we're going to give that to, who would they end up giving that to? Was it Casey? And then, or Siegel. No, it was Casey. And then Chuck Austin. So they gave him Extreme X-Men. And I actually enjoyed Extreme X-Men probably more than most people did. Omar, are we going to get any more Superman Omnis? So far, that catalog is empty as far as Omnis. So here's hoping. Reprint of Grayson Omnibus is pretty cool. Just read 2 Excalibur Omnis. Interestingly, I preferred Alan Davis as the writer more than Clay. Alan Davis had a lot of fun with that book. Ryan North, really? I may have to read that. I've not really had any interest in the Fantastic Four, but I love Squirrel Girl, so I might have to check it out. I think he's gonna. I mean, obviously, he'll take a different approach to it, but I'm and Coelho is doing the artwork. Ivan Coelho, I think, is doing the art, so I'm in. The only Conan is the only Omni in September. Wow. Dude, Wetworks, I believe that's all part of Wildstorm. So that's Will Spertasio's artwork. Absolutely. Yeah, it was really sad because he was supposed to kickstart that line of Image, but his sister got sick and she passed away. So he had to take some time away to go back to the Philippines and handle family business. So he didn't get to start it when it was supposed to. So when was it? They changed the first appearance of Wetworks to... what was it? It was an issue of was it Cyberforce or Wildcats? My favorite superhero game? Welcome to Die. What was it? Welcome to Your Die? Magneto in X-Men, the 6-player arcade game. I love the 6-player arcade game. That was my childhood. But when I got into high school and then eventually college, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I used to have a Sega Saturn. A lot of my, like most people had a PlayStation. I had a Sega Saturn. I was importing games. Ooh, man. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Love that stuff. What time is it? It's Morbin time. Really, Mike? Thank you for the super chat, my brother. Is there a good place to start reading Miles that isn't Bendis? Interesting in the character, but a little tired of Bendis' dialogue. I honestly enjoyed Bendis' Miles. I've read that omnibus. I read cover to cover in one day. I really enjoyed it. I think Saladin Ahmed might be a better bet. He was the guy that took over the run after Bendis, and he is in the 616 universe. Anyone else get their Spider-Man 2099 canceled because it says he'll be surreal? Yes, I answered that already, Mr. Zeb. It will be back in April, so keep an eye out on solicits. I believe it'll be in the next solicits. Hating Marvel Disney is so edgy and deep. Are they edgy? I think like you're talking about the MCU. Seems like it's pretty lighthearted. Hi, love the channel. Thank you, Oliver. Been collecting Marvel Masterworks or MMM after seeing them here. Keen to start Spider-Man and Epics. Do you think eventually they will all be reprinted? Yes, absolutely, they'll be reprinted. Just takes time to get those books reprinted. Omar, why haven't you announced that niche book that I only want? Shut up. Uh, Predator 2 was great. So underrated. Man, I'm so behind on this chat. I'm so sorry. Melanie usually helps me with this. Woo, this is rough on myself. Any news on the new 52 Omni reprint? I had no idea the Red Hood was out of. Oh, yes, I did. I did know. No news on that. I'm sure one day that will be reprinted. DC seems to do a lot of stealth reprints, no announcements, nothing. You'll see a 2022. They put a lot of 2022 labels, but they're coming out in 2023. But I'm sure it will be reprinted one day. Did I enjoy it? Of course. Of course I did. It was still Claremont. Hey, Omar, hope you're doing well. I know you made a reading order on it, but just in case, is there change? After I finish reading the Man of Steel hardcovers, where do I go next in terms of a new book? The Exile Omnibus, Superman Exile. Vanishing Melanie. Astonishing Melanie. Oh, by the way, SH, thank you for the super chat. Would be cool if DC their own version of Marvel Epics. I would think so. I hope things get changed over there. Dream big, be good. It's good to see you. Let's hit that like button. Yes, everyone, please smash that like button. I always forget to tell people while they're here. Do you think the year's up? Someone will try to buy Valiant Comics. Valiant's been suffering a lot lately. Super sticker from the Unstoppable Bar. Omar, are you going to do an overview of Echolands? Yes, I'm sorry. I thought I answered that. Yes, as soon as I get it. Mine is stuck somewhere in transit. No idea where it is. What's up, my dude? Eddie Brock in the house. Splurge on Swamp Thing. Did I get the essentials? Alan Moore, Nancy Collins, New 52, or new trade paperback? Yes. I mean, out of the big books, right? You got the big ones. You got the Scott Snyder Omnibus with the Charles Soule stuff in there. Yep. And you got the new series by Ram V. You got the essentials. Now you just got to go back and get the absolute with Bernie Wrightson's artwork on it. I'm thinking about getting the upcoming Young Avengers by Heinberg and Chung. How do you feel about the content collected in that one? Would you recommend it? I'll be honest. I love this question because this goes into a topic I wanted to discuss, and that is the idea of legacy characters in Marvel Comics never really existed. I don't know why that was. You know, Cyclops didn't have a Kid Cyclops. Wolverine didn't have a Wolverine lad. Captain America had Bucky, but Bucky was kind of gone, right? Bucky was dead. Bucky dead. We used to call it that. We didn't have characters that had legacy characters. And that was a DC thing. And I believe a lot of that had to do with Stan Lee going, no, we're not doing that. I don't know if y'all remember when I did the overview of She-Hulk. I mean, Stan Lee was like that about She-Hulk. We don't do female characters of our male characters. Hulk will be Hulk. But the reason he did it was because he didn't want the TV show to blow up. And then they come up with She-Hulk and they own the rights to She-Hulk. So legacy characters weren't a big part of the Marvel Universe until Young Avengers. And at first I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. Legacy characters of Marvel just don't make any sense. Captain America will always be Captain America. Yeah, but that changed my mind. Alan Heinberg kicked all kinds of butt on that book. I really enjoyed it. Not just because he introduced new characters that were, I liked a lot of them. They were really likable characters. And you have Jim Chung on artwork. Oh my gosh, chef's kiss. I love his art. But also he knew the history of a very complicated character. That is a big spoiler for the first story arc. And I thought, dang, he actually read these books. It's not just a guy that wants to come in and introduce a bunch of characters and then bounce. Book had delays, and that's what killed it. But man, it was so good. And it made me think, okay, I guess Marvel is okay with legacy characters. Now legacy characters are everywhere. Everywhere. Marvel, DC, they're all doing legacy characters. But Young Avengers was the big start. Yeah, you could say New Warriors were, but Speedball isn't really a legacy character of anybody, But I think that was the big change at Marvel. So thank you for asking that question. So yes, I think it's great. I actually like it more than the Gillen run. And I like that run, but I liked it more. Saw classified Storm Shadow at Walmart the other day, passed, because they are already doing retro versions with no gauntlets or gloves, getting too expensive and too much space to catch my eye. I completely understand, my dude. Thank you for the super chat, my dude. Think we'll ever get Omnis of the IDW TMT? I think we will, but they'll be the softcover Omnis like they did with Transformers, and then we only got one, and that's all they did. For some reason, they never brought it up. Hey, hold up. What's that epic comic in the back doing in the background? Akira? Oh, I love Akira. That right there, I it, I know it'll never be. It's a book that will never be reprinted because copyrights are just a nightmare, right? Marvel owns the colors, Kodansha owns the art. How would that happen? But the Steve Olive colors on it. Oh my gosh, love it. That were supervised by Katsuhiro Otomo himself. I've got the whole run over here. It's one of my favorite runs I own. So maybe one day. Thank you for the super chat, Magnus Lord. Dr. Doom, good entry point to Fantastic Four. Is Batman's No Man's Land worth getting into via Road 2? And No Man's Land 1 and 2 releasing in like 2 weeks. No Man's 2, I think, was pushed back to, was it next month? It might be next month. So to answer your first question, is Dr. Doom Omnibus a good entry point to the Fantastic Four? In a way, yes. Because you're going to have earlier adventures of the Fantastic Four. You're going to have classic stories. You're going to have one of the best Fantastic Four stories. So, yes, it works as an entry point to get to know some of these characters. Because you actually get to see what they're thinking and stuff. It's not just about Doom. But it is the best entry point to get to know Dr. Doom. I thought the editors picked the best stories they could for that particular series or that omnibus. Now, to answer your question, to me, the story of No Man's Land really begins with Contagion. Now, Contagion is not available in Omnibus, and neither is Legacy. Contagion leads into Legacy. Legacy leads into Cataclysm. Cataclysm is in Road to No Man's Land. Cataclysm is when a big earthquake destroys Gotham City. The heroes are scattered about, and they have to kind of come together to bring the city back. And that leads into Road to No Man's Land, and that leads into No Man's Land. So yes, get the Road to No Man's Land. I think that one is still in print. Yes, Stanley straight up said that they didn't want to do kid versions because that was a corny DC thing. And that's what I always thought it was, right? But I guess the sales of Young Avengers and the popularity of those characters really grew. So this penance count at are you talking about what they did to my boy Speedball? Look what they did to my boy. Oh, that hurt. Did the Book of Doom omnibus sell well? Be interested in Books of Doom Gallery Edition. Oh, I thought I answered that. I think it sold well. Didn't the Invaders have legacy characters? They did, but Invaders was kind of a weird thing too, right? Because it was a retcon. It was Roy Thomas writing about characters that did not exist in the Golden Age and gave them characters because back in the Golden Age, Captain America did have Bucky and the Human Torch had Toro, right? So they did have legacy characters and they kind of did away with them in the early 80s and they were done. And those legacy characters grew up and they didn't do anything with them. But you're right. Now, there's not any Cap runs left to be printed in. Oh, there's so many, man. What about Steve Englehart and Mike Zack? I love that run, by the way. Mainly because I just reread some of those stories in Epic Collection. I hope we finally get Grunwald's run. I'm with you, Moon Man. I love 4. I think it would take 4 omnis of that to put in omnibus format. Dude, what's up, Jordan? Is there any chance Akira gets reprinted in color? Like 0 chance right now. Seriously. Spider-Man PS4 has released on PC. And there are mods that allow you to swing around Stan Lee and the Kingpin. Mods, man. The problem with No Man's Land is the length of the story. I couldn't see myself rereading it. I really enjoyed the story. I thought it was a good, like, holy crap moment of these characters and what they're going to do. And the idea, that scene between Gordon, and for anybody that has read it, I'm not going to spoil it, but that scene between Gordon and Batman, when Gordon's like, how do I say this? They're both on the rooftop, and it's this confrontation of, because Gordon feels betrayed. And if you've read the books, you know why. And Batman's like, I'm going to earn your trust. The only way I know how. Dude, that got me. I'm like, oh, yes, absolutely. Then you had some early stuff by Ed Brubaker and Greg Rucka, but it was a lot of, the stuff by Chuck Dixon writing those stories. I did see Savage Dragon getting solicited, my dude. Yes. Hey, Omar, any word on the reprints of the rest Brubaker stuff? No news on reprints right now. No news on reprints. finished No Man Lands recently, and it is the introduction of my favorite Batgirl, Cassandra Cain. Oh, I love that girl. I know it's kind of hokey, but I don't care. I thought she was great. Big fan of her and big fan of the way she was introduced. Just kind of out of nowhere in a way. Is Bruce Wayne fugitive and Bruce Wayne murder? And no, fugitive and murder are not in Omnis, and neither is War Games and War Drums. You're absolutely right. We need issues 215 to 443 of Cap in omnibus format. One day, maybe. What are your top 3 Image titles do you think deserve an OHC? I actually wanted to go make a video about this. Somebody asked me to make a video about these because they've been enjoying my top 10s that are coming out. And I'm like, okay, I can make some more. Yeah. Like, I think on Monday, I really want to talk about, because I've been reading a lot of depressing books. Like, I just read The End, which is a beautiful book, by the way. It really does help, like, understand the concept of death and losing someone. It's raw and it's powerful. And what did I, Mace book. And there was another book that I read that I'm like, and whenever I was doing an overview, people were like, maybe you should make a top 10 books graphic novels that have made you cry. I'm like, that's going to be really hard because I'm a sensitive dude. I cry easy, man. I mean, even like there are moments in books that make me cry. So I was thinking about it. Okay, let me see if I can make a list. And yesterday I was sitting around after reading, like, let me see what I can put together. And I kind of put together a list, and I'm like, okay, I think I can talk about these. So on Monday, I think I'm going to do that. Like, powerful graphic novels that made me tear up. But as far as like, to answer your question, yeah, there will be a video of that. But right off the top of my head, of course, I'm thinking of Savage Dragon, which is actually coming out, so that's great. But I've been wanting to check out that Joshua. Oh, what was that book? Like, I want Coda to be collected in hardcover format. There's also the. Oh, gosh, it's a fantasy book that everybody loves, and I'm waiting for a hardcover one day. What is it? It's escaping my freaking brain right now. I'll come back to that question. Maybe. Thank you for the super chat. Uncanny Omar, talk pretty one day. Big Johnny 4488. After blasting your live chat for a couple weeks ago about X23 Omnibus, I'm finally happy to finally get one soon. You are so welcome. So welcome for that. By the way, when you ask, like, it's hard to like keep a straight face. Don't say anything. Don't look. Don't give them any hints. Because, when I get asked these questions, I get asked about Immortal Hulk all the free. It became like a daily thing, and I'm always like, I don't know. Maybe someday. I don't know. Keep watching. Yeah, I think I hinted at X23 though. Yeah, keep your eye out. Birthright, thank you. Omar Reyes, my dude. I want Birthright in hardcover format. Thank you, Frank. The Spire would be wonderful, but the Spire was done by Boom. Boom Studios did the Spire. Yes, so Eric Larson let out that there are plans to start doing deluxe formats of Savage Dragon. And when I interview Mark Silvestri on Monday, this coming Monday, I'm gonna ask him, like, why didn't we do an oversized hardcover? Because he apparently is not a fan of oversized hardcovers. He likes them to be standard size. Spire is excellent. Hey, Omar, do you know when Volume 2 of Exile's Complete Collection will be released? Volume 2 of Ultimate Collection is so expensive. I think that line is gone. I think they're now focusing on things like modern epic collections. So when it does come back, it will come back as a modern epic collection. I would think so. I want that line in omnibus format so bad. Hey, Omar, do you think there will be any Star Wars Legends Clone Wars omnibus? 100%. 100%. Spurrier Indy is always good, but never have hardcovers. No, they don't. And he's such an underrated writer. I really enjoy his books. After the Exile on Me, I would go to Death and Return. If you're following it in omnibus format, yes. But there are a lot of trades that are in between. Long out of print, cruddy trades that fall apart if you want to go that route. Took a break to read Understanding Comics. Oh, I'm so glad, man. I always push that book. Not even halfway in, and wow, makes you rethink everything about reading. It really makes you think, like, Understanding Comics will make you rethink who your favorite comic book artists are, right? It will change your way of thinking about, Yeah, I guess that guy's a really good cover artist, but he's not that good of a sequential artist. I think Brightest Day was pretty good and was wondering if Johns was planning another Hawkman run after that, but the New 52 derailed that, and then he also got a new position, right? Like he was in charge of the DC movies. So he started transitioning to that position of like Green Lantern. He was he executive producer on that, or he got credited as something. Hi, Omar. I saw that the many deaths. How are you doing, man? Saw the many deaths of Layla Starr is getting a deluxe hardcover. Yes, next year. Coming out in hardcover next year. Imagine an omnibus of Shazam. I want Power of Shazam. Power of Shazam. Jerry Ordway's. Where's my volume 2 that got canceled so I can get it in omnibus format? Don't worry, Omar. You never have to do that with Amazing Spider-Man Volume 4. I'm sorry, buddy. I do have some Spider-Man news next Friday, though, but not the reprint. I'm sorry. Thank you, Jeff. Totoro's been a big fan of that one. But my favorite Ghibli movie is Whisper of the Heart. Always I had a crush on a girl, like the main character. Now I'm married to that girl, and now I want my kids to grow up to be the main character in Whisper of the Heart. I love that movie. Love it. Good for X-23 getting that omnibus. Still waiting for reprint of X-23 Complete Collection Volume 1. Honestly, I think they're doing away with complete collections, and they're going to be focusing on epic collections, modern epics, and sagas. Don't quote me on that. I will find out if there are chances. Dude, how have you been, Gwen? I haven't seen you for a minute. Hope you've been well. You and David did hint at the X-23 Omni on one of the chats. It was pretty obvious to me. Shh. We throw hints in there. Like Defenders 2 is coming out. When did he hint that? That was when I was at TFCon last year in Baltimore. Someone asked, and he was like, "It's coming." But that one, it kept getting pushed back and back, and I had to keep reminding him. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I guess we better put that somewhere." So finally found a slot. So it is finally coming. By the way, thank you all so much for being here. Smash that like button. This is a lot of fun. I look forward to every Saturday. Next Saturday, my daughters decided for their summer vacation they wanted to go to BotCon, which is a Transformers convention here. And Melanie and I will be doing the live stream from the hotel room. So I gotta take the camera switch with me too. So we'll get that worked out. We'll get that. But thank you all so much. Shots fired at Alex Ross. What happened to Alex Ross? Hey, Omar, you know if the last 2 Ed Brubaker Captain America omnis will be reprinted? Not yet. I haven't heard. Is your icon Daredevil with a headphone? Oh, Colin! Just popping in to say hi. Those Richard Corbin books announced by Dark Horse will be must-buys. Absolutely, my dude. Thank you so much, Josh, for the super chat. Saw the new deluxe Sandman hardcovers have new art. Is there new material inside, and will Death and Overture be updated the same way? They're selling out quick. It's Sandman, and it will sell, and it will keep on selling. I think they're just new art, new pieces of art. I don't think there's anything new in there. And there will be, I thought that it was in the catalog at the deluxe edition of Overture. Because remember, they've already printed Death and Overture in deluxe editions. So those, if they get reprinted, the only difference will just be the black label. Stepan Sajic deserves more love. Harleen was fantastic. Yes, he sometimes joins our chat of Old Reader, New Reader. However, he said he was kind of done with DC for a while. He wanted to focus on his own creator-owned things, which, as a comic book creator, I think that's what most of them want, right? Get your name out there at the big 2, work for a while, and move on and do your own creator-owned stuff because that's where the money is, and that's where you can opt out for a movie. You don't have to share that dough with anybody. Now, I think part of that issue is that I do miss people staying on books for more than 2 years. Like I miss that about comics. I miss my 10-year run. Dan Slott's run, despite of how people feel about it. My buddy Aaron and I were talking about this. He stayed on that book for 10 years. That is unheard of. Jason Aaron's run on Thor, 7 years. Yeah, people don't really stick around that long. Whisper of the Heart is so good. Second favorite after Kiki. Love Kiki. Love. I'm a big fan of Miyazaki movies. Cat Returns. So the story of Cat Returns is the story that she wrote in Whisper of the Heart. Do you know Melanie in high school? I did not. She's a little bit younger than I am. A little bit younger than I am. You have a choice between Batmobile or Crypto, the super dog. Crypto! I love the Batmobile, and I'm sure I can get more attention with that driving around town. But if I'm a dog man, dude, give me that dog. Yes. Will there be a Miles Morales Omnibus Volume 3? I would think so, but I hope they don't announce it until Saud Ahmed's run is completely done, including all the tie-ins. Hola Omar, Toddfather announced the new Batman Spawn one-shot in December. November, I think it's when the schedule is. Also, there's a hardcover coming soon for the first 2 books. Oh, I'm sorry. November is when the first 2 books are being collected. Just wish they waited to collect all 3. It's marketing, right? And if they're smart, they'll release that one shot in a hardcover format and then release all 3 in the deluxe edition. And my dumb butt will buy all 3 of them. 2 of them. Only finished understanding comics recently too, and it's so good. Really demonstrates how amazing comics can be. Right. To me, comics is the perfect medium. There are things you can do in comics that you can't do in television. You can't do in movies. That's why I love graphic novels. We need a reprint of Adam, Legend of the Blue Marble. Dude, look, Moon Man, you got good taste. I'm a big fan of that guy. He's the guy that wrote Underworld. He wrote a phenomenal run, although people disagree with me, and that's okay, on New Warriors. It wasn't my New Warriors, but I really, really liked his run. What is his name? He's the creator of Underworld, and he created the Blue Marble, which was underutilized until we got Al Ewing's run on Ultimates, which was phenomenal if you've not read. That's just came back to print in complete collections. Dr. Afra Volume 2 is coming. I'm happy. And I saw that they're continuing the series because a volume or issue 26 was solicited. So I don't know if Marvel knows how long that's going to go or what's going on with that, but I guess it's pretty cool that it's still ongoing. Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 3 confirmed next Friday. This is why I can't give hints anymore. Hey, Omar, I debated to get the Bronze Age Swamp Thing Omnibus or wait for Len Wein's Absolute. What do you think? I'm waiting for the Absolute, but that's also because I got rid of that Omnibus a few years ago. I read it, and it just, I don't know why I didn't keep it, but I missed having it, and I almost bought it until they announced it, and then having Bernie Wrightson's art in Absolute format. Yes, give it to me, baby. Eric Larson announces those hardcover collections just after I pick up the first 9 volumes of Savage Dragon Dark. Look, this is the way it works, New Spooey Channel. You've been on this long enough that you know you make the sacrifice and we benefit from your sacrifice. So everybody, give New Spooey Channel a big old clap because he made Eric Larson release those in hardcover format by buying those black and white, really bad phone books of Savage Dragon. Only Yesterday is amazing, by the way. Who are you, Junior Mint's favorite Transformers? I need to have my kids down here do a Saturday live stream. Lydia loves Starscream, Soundwave, and Hot Rod from the comics. Alicia likes Bumblebee. What kid did not like Bumblebee? It's Whisper of the Heart, Omo Hide, Poro Poro, the one with the pineapple gift and the woman in 2 periods. No. That is Only Yesterday. Whisper of the Heart is about this little girl that is addicted to books at summer vacation. It's a boring movie, but it's beautiful. It's perfect to me, and my wife loves it just as much as I do. And she gets a book from the library and notices that the previous person that checked it out had similarities with her, like the books in common. So she kind of starts falling for him, and it turns out that it's another kid, and he plays the violin. And they have a little summer thing. It's innocent. Oh, I love that. And it's a take on Country Roads. The Country Roads plays in it. Omar, Sandman or TMNT-IDW? What a question. Sandman, my dude. Sandman. Did you hear Marvel is going to publish a special reprint with 4 issue number 1s from CrossGen? I did. Do you know how long I've known about that? Quite a while. Yo, Omar, hope all is well, dude. Thank you for the super chat, my Matt. Met my man, but my Matt will work. Favorite run story featuring Latinx character. Am I saying that? Latinx, right? Can't believe I know how to pronounce that. Bonus points if by Latinx creators. Ooh, what? Oh, man. Okay, Matt. Femini Cesa. His run on X-Force had Richter. Richter's Latino. Give me my money. Give me my money. I earned it. I earned it. Femini Cesa Latino. Richter Latino. There's your answer. Honestly, I don't. That's a hard one. Like Latin characters, because I mean, as a kid, we didn't have that many. Yo, man, I mean, we had Living Lightning, and we had Richter, and that was about it, my dude. We didn't have Latinos running around the Marvel universe. But I guess White Tiger, La Bandera. Not that many, man. It wasn't, until the early aughts that we started seeing more and more Latinos pop up. So yeah, I guess I'm sticking with that because I was not a fan. Do not take me out of context, folks. I was not a fan of that America Chavez series by the Latino. It was a lady, right? That wrote it. I don't know who wrote it, but it was horrible. Renee Montoya, that's a good answer, right? But Greg Rucka and Ed Brubaker weren't Latino, right? I was trying to find Latino. Do not say I'm muerto. Oh, thank you. That's actually a good answer. Blue Beetle, the new Blue Beetle. Absolutely. That issue that was all in Spanish, loved it, man. I was like, I was translating it to my friends. I didn't know they translated it all the way in the back. I was just showing off. I'm like, let me see it, man. It's all in Spanish. I got this. And then we realized, the translation's all the way in the back. So you mentioned Coda gets a hardcover, or hoping for a Coda hardcover. Hoping for Extremity, Basilisk. Oh, Basilisk is excellent. Family Tree, Homesick Pilots. Bitter Root is getting an omnibus, my dude. I don't know if you knew that or not. It's coming out next year. It's a hardcover format. Rumble and Infinite Dark. You have some good taste, Josh. Bruh, what about Sunspot and New Mutants? Jacob, Sunspot didn't speak Spanish, man. He spoke Portuguese. I almost said Brazilian. So I did not count him because we never said Blessed Madonna or whatever in Latin American countries. Peruvian, man. I was like, it's cool. He kind of looks like me. Oh, but he don't speak Spanish. Does that count? Okay, honest question. I don't know. I can't keep up with terminology these days. Does that count? Brazilians, are they Latinx? Somebody tell me the answer. Dude, a Bitter Root hardcover? Yes, my dude. It's coming next year, and it rightly deserves it. It won an award this past year. I've been pushing that book for the last 2.5 years, ever since I did like some hidden gems almost 3 years ago now. And I'm so glad that people went out and bought every single person that went out and bought it that I recommended it. They were like, oh, it's so good, man. How is this not a hardcover? So I'm glad that it's coming out. Brazilians are still Latino, man. I'm not Latino, but they do count. Portuguese is a Romance language. Oh, yeah. Brazil's in Latin America, therefore Sunspot's Latino. All right, fine. Sunspot and Fabian Nicieza. There. No. Blue Beetle still. Hey, bud. Thank you for the super chat, Ian. Do you have recommendations for crime comics for folks who like Ed Brubaker or Darwin Cook? Any others? One word. Black Sad. Buy it. Miss Tree. Miss Tree is good too. So 2 words. Black Sad, Miss Tree. I'm serious, man. The thing about Black Sad is when people look at it, they're like, oh, it's an anthropomorphic animal. Why do I care? But some of the best crime stories come from there. Do not say Latinx. It's offensive. Don't let the gringo change language and culture. Dude, you know how awesome it is? First of all, I didn't even know how to say it until I had somebody on my show that told me how to say it. And I'm Latino. And I'm like, Latin X, baby? That's like an X-Men character. That's the way I see it in my head. George Paredes is a legend. Shout out to all my Boraco. Oh, dude, from the South Bronx? That's where you're from? What's the deal with Justice League New 52 Volume 2? Has it been delayed? Mine is lost somewhere in transit. I don't know where it is, so I hope to get it sometime soon. Dude, if you ain't read it, John, go and read Black Sad. It's freaking solid. Freaking solid. Do you think a Magneto Omni would sell? What would I put to make sure it's not full of double dips? Depends on how they want to approach it. Do they want to go with the classic stuff, right? Like they did with Loki, and then give us a modern run? I would love more of a modern stuff, like you have Cullen Bunn's, the Bonito, I guess, run, with Uncanny X-Men thrown in there. So you can have those Buncanny X-Men. There's a lot of bun jokes in there. But you know what I'm saying? Or the Magneto Testament, like all these little mini series that have come out. That would be great to put in a collection. Yes, don't say Latinx, we're Latinos. I didn't even know where the term came from, man. I thought it was a joke one day. What's up, Glenn? How are you? Need to get more black sats. Yes, we do. We do. Is Books of Magic a good read for a huge Hellblazer fan? It's not really. It's not like Hellblazer. I mean, it's got that dark tone. It definitely has that Vertigo feel to it, but it's not Hellblazer. Hellblazer is just something special and unique. Testament would have to go in the Magneto Omni, right? I think people really like Testament, but then you have to put in things from the classic X-Men issues in there. Black Sad, the first book that just part 1 came out this past week. I think a couple of omnis to collect Spidey post-Clone Saga Burn reboot should be called Spider Hunt. You thought about this, Michael? Because I remember we were talking about this last week. Those stories of Norman putting the bounty on Spidey. Lots of good stuff. Sensational Spidey. Yeah. Rest in peace, man, to Mike Wieringo. I like that era. And you have, what's it called? Peter David writing it. Absolutely. Do Latinos claim Miles Morales the spy? I think I joked about this. It was like we can have a draft, right? Who gets dibs on Miles Morales? Do you know if we're going to get a Green Lantern book 5 by Jeff Johns like we're getting JSA book 5? I say sometime we will get that. It seems like DC hasn't forgotten about those fat books. They'll be back. I mean, look at Young Justice, right? Young Justice came back out of nowhere. Have you had a chance to watch Spriggan on Netflix? You just reminded me that I need to get the Spriggan Deluxe Edition. No, but I was a big fan of the original movie, and I was a big fan of the original Strikers, what it was called here in America in the late 90s or mid-90s when Viz brought them over. So I need to watch that. Will Adam X be? Yes, Adam X, me, Stacy X, Adam X. We're going to form a team of Latinx. Latinx. Omar, have you shown Hellions yet? And did you hear Jeff Johns is back on JSA? I have not. I just got it at the end of the other day. You want me to show it? Yeah, I don't mind showing it. Give me a second to open it up. I don't have my lovely codes today to help me. I gotta run this ship by myself. It's not sinking yet, I don't think. I'm so excited about the Metal Omni. I hope Death Metal doesn't take as long to come out. It's taking quite a number of years, right? It's taking quite a number of years to come out. So I'd say at least 2 more years, unless, things they come together. By the way, this is not an omnibus. It's a hardcover. For the people wondering about this book, because I know I'm going to get that question: is it an omnibus? Because that's why it was canceled. It was canceled because they knew it was going to end at 18, so they brought it back. So now here we are with a Hellions hardcover. And if you've not read this series, this is one of the better X-Men stories to come out of the Dawn of X era. It is so good. Before you ask, I had to sniff it because I know I'm going to be asked. This is an iMac. This is There's no smell. That's why I'm like, it's not an iMac printer. This has to be the Donnelly printer then, because it's not the American printer. So, Zeb Wells killed it on this book, man. I've heard bad things about his Spider-Man run. I haven't read it yet. So here we go. Here's the back of the book. All 18 issues of. Let me make sure I'm. Okay, that scene's pretty funny, but Hellions. Man, I can't wait to do an overview of this. It's one of my favorite runs. You hit the desk with the Hellions hardcover. I ain't mad, man. What's up, Jack? How are you? Do you know about any new that haven't been announced? I announced X-Force 2 and Wolverine 2, right? On a Saturday live stream. Those are coming. Oh, yeah. I'd smell that bad. At this moment, I just want to remind everybody to check out Walt's Comic Shop. They're out of Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices for Marvel or DC big books in the EU. Flat rate shipping of €11.90 for all EU countries. Great customer service, packaging, and all emails will be answered within 24 hours. They have a signing with Pepe Larraz at the store. So go and check them out. That is Walt's Comic Shop, and you tell them Near Mint Condition sent you their way, and you get free shipping on your next order of €50 or more. So just letting everybody know. And the signing with Pepe Larraz event is on Saturday, September 3rd. So he will be signing there. And again, that is waltzcomicshop.com. All right. War King's Prelude Omnibus will be reprinted next year. I don't think that was voted, right? What does the hardcover look like? Do you want to see what underneath it? Let's check it looks like. Let's find out together. I assume it's going to, yeah. It's going to be like the designs of all of the Dawn of X series. So just the word printed on there. I dig those designs. They really stand out on a bookshelf, this particular era of X-Men. Yeah, no waltzcomicshop.com. Sorry, man. That's what you, because Melanie's not here. No. Omar, quick question. Am I eyeballing Silver Age Supergirl Omni? Any idea if those books will get a reprint anytime soon? I don't think DC even knows that they're out of print. Co-host, help me. You mean the lovely person that drives the show while you're overthinking things? Yes. Yes, I am. Nice to watch you open an OHC correctly. Oh, thanks, man. One of the things I didn't suggest doing, though, if you are opening a omnibus or oversized hardcover and you don't want to be spoiled, turn that sucker upside down. So you're looking at the book upside down as you're opening it up, making sure you're stretching that spine. That is printed at the Donley printer. I'm eagerly awaiting the afternoon of X. Nice. Bavarian, how are you? Can Hellions be read after Hawksbox? Absolutely. It takes place after Hawksbox and during the X of Swords storyline. Save Hellions for an overview, hermano. Oh, you know I will. Hey, Omar, any news on the next big Claremont era X-Men Omni? We need Extinction Agenda. Extinction Agenda. Yeah, we do. I don't know how they would map that, because that would be a skinny omnibus. I believe Newton No Man's Land has been delayed until October or November. I believe it's the first Dawn of X oversized hardcover. Yeah, because the first one, because Hawkspox was America, right? X of Swords was America. Gala was America. And then the rest of it IMAC, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, absolutely, Hellions is mostly standalone. There's a crossover, but they're not, it's a funny take on that crossover. Bronze Age Supergirl Omni is needed. You Silver Age and Bronze Age people. Love you all. I couldn't do it. I bought the Sensational She-Hulk in Walt's Nick and Dent sale at 30% off. The damage was so minimal, I didn't even see it at first. Great deal. That's awesome. Oh, yes, please smash that like button, folks. Helps with the YouTube algorithm. October and November. Wow, I thought it was just until late September. Actually, let me double check. No Man's Land, because the last time I saw PRH and Diamond are just, oh my gosh. And you throw in, what's it called? Okay, so I'm showing 2 dates. I'm showing a date of November, and I'm showing a date in September. So I'm just going to balance it out and say September 20th is the latest day I see, because Lunar is showing something else, and they're the ones that distribute here in America. And that's part of the reason why there was a lot of confusion with Justice League Volume 2. Speaking of Bronze Age, I'm desperate for a Flash set. Okay, most people are saying $9.20. Okay, we'll say $9.20 then. Those Supergirl books are easy to find for like half off. Are we still looking at October for Knights of Pendragon? My gosh, I hope there are no more delays, man. I think Invaders is the one that broke David's heart. He's been wanting that book for years. And that one got delayed. I don't know till when, though. Knights of Pendragon looks like November 29th now. Ugh. Delays. Extinction Agenda may be included with a New Mutants release, perhaps. I would think so, right? That would make sense. Making you go and buy Extinction Agenda or New Mutants Omnibus, whatever they'll put it in. Let's see. CGN's Cheap Graphic Novels has Supergirl Volume 1 for like $25. So whoever's looking for it, there you go. Considering getting both No Man's Land Omnis, is Road to a must buy or just a nifty marketing point? I actually answered this a little bit earlier. To me, the real story starts with Contagion, Legacy, and then Cataclysm. Cataclysm is included in Road to No Man's Land, and then it sets up what happens. Okay. Renee's Venom. Sabretooth Omni map. I don't know if I can do that on the air. I'll get my buddies to join me for Map My X. So there you go. Books being delayed. That is terrible, says the Conan fan. Oh, right. Will there be a reprint of House of X and Powers of X? That was like their #1 best-selling hardcover they had for a long time. I assume there will be one. No news on either one of those reprints right there on Byrne, She-Hulk, or Bendis's New Avengers. The next Venom Omni, that's Kate's, right? Or are you talking about one that hasn't been announced yet? I don't know when we'll get one. The Agent Venomnibus is what you're looking for. Knights of Pendragon and Invaders are my favorite Marvel 2099 series. Not because they were part of that comic line, but because that's the year they were shots fired, man. How dare you? What was more disappointing? Stern kicked off Avengers. Claremont kicked off X-Men. One more day. All right. To be fair, Stern left on his own accord because he was mad. Stern happens to do that a lot. If you look at his Spider-Man run, his Avengers run, his Captain America run, he always has an out with the editors. Man of virtue, though. Like he stuck to his guns and like, nope, we're not doing it that way. We're doing it this way. We're doing it the Uncle Raj way, or I'm out. Then he bounced. I think he was happy at DC most of the time, like with the Superman stories. I love to have seen him stick out, especially the Captain America, man. We we didn't even get like a full year of his run. So one more day. Yeah, one more day, man. Like what? Aunt May? Unless, like I said, it's Marissa Tomei or Ultimate Aunt May. Man, sorry, MJ. By the way, just in case you were wondering, this video is not lagging today. Thank you, Final Shadow. I'm glad I got that. Logging off. Hope you do a review of live action Whisper of the Heart movie. I know it was a follow-up, right? Like a sequel to it. Jan, thank you so much for joining. Be good. Be safe out there. Conan fans having to fight their way out of stacks of recent omnis to lament some delays. Oh no. Hey, easy on the Conan fans, Rebel by Design. Are we still getting the 89 update? Yes, that's still coming out. I just don't know when. Meanwhile, I can look that up. I think last I checked, that was December. I wonder if anybody would want what was it? Since Ultimate books are coming out, if anybody wants the Ultimate books. Yeah, December 13th is the new date that I have for that. That one has 2 covers. That'll be the last one for a long time. Have we lost Phantom Stranger Omni again? I was so scared to look for Phantom Stranger the last time. Did it make it to solicitations yet? It did. It made the solicitations. But did it get pulled? That's the question. Because if it got pulled, that's going to be a problem. Okay, let me check one more place because I don't even see it in this place. Oh my goodness. That's not good. Come on, this is a joke, right? Somebody give me some good news. Is Reed Comics in the chat? Okay, one place has November. Lunar still says November. And they're the U.S. distributors. But I don't see it at all through the 2 other places. Diamond doesn't even show it. Well, Diamond has a question. I don't know. If Reed's here, maybe he can check. How do you rate Netflix's Sandman series, Omar? How do I rate it? I rated it a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good adaptation of one of my favorite comics of all time. And it's, to me, it's an impossible adaptation because you can't do Sandman justice. Sandman is only a comic. November 8th on Amazon. Lunar. Okay, Lunar's working for you. 8-1. Okay. Maybe November. See, I'm seeing November 8th on. Okay, Diamond still doesn't. Let me slug into this. This book, by the way, for you people wondering why I'm looking so hard, has been canceled a total of 4 times. So having it canceled again would just be an atrocity. So November 8th, it looks like from 2 sites. And I don't think Lunar has updated their dates yet. Thank you so much, Webhead. By the way, if you want to check out one of the greatest places to check out the latest omnibus releases, that's comicreleases.com. It's ran by this guide right here. Why is DC's collected edition department such a bummer? Honestly, that really has to do with manpower, right? You have how many people do you have to work in that department? They laid off 60% of them. So you have less than half that you used to. So they're all pulling at each other to try to get things done. A lot of the things that they're putting together nowadays were projects they were working on 2 or 3 years ago. So maybe with the new Discovery, who knows? We'll see. Thank you for the super chat. James, the comic guy. Hey, Omar, any X-Men Omnis or OHC recommendations for new readers? I prefer modern age stories, but any recommendations is appreciated. Yeah, I can't believe I haven't done more to start reading X-Men. If you like modern stuff, then you can't go wrong with things like New X-Men, Astonishing X-Men. You can't go wrong with things like Hoxpox. Hoxpox gives you a new wiping the slate clean. That's what it does. I would say as far as modern, Kieran Gillen's run is quite excellent. As well as the Al Ewing's. What is it? X-Men Red. That's fun. Yeah. If you like modern stuff, you can go back and read some classic stuff. God Loves Man Kills, my dude. Greatest X-Men story ever. Oh, actually, maybe Lunar is updated. I just realized that it's 2023. Good Lord, they pushed that. Yeah. Wait, which book is 2023? What are you showing at 2023, Webhead? Since Past versus One More Day. It's pretty tough to determine which of these is the most disappointing. Spidey stories, the second DeFalco run before the Byrne reboot, had some mess stories too. I actually enjoyed DeFalco. Well, but DeFalco's run on, I like his classic stuff. Right? He was the editor, then he was left over to take over after Uncle Raj left. So he had a lot of pieces to pick up. I mean, he's the guy that did the whole alien costume saga. But Spider-Girl, his Spider-Girl is better than that. I love the Spider-Girl. Is buying a tablet and subscribe to Marvel Unlimited and Comixology, not unlimited, not available in my place, be a good investment in the long run. If you can read it that way, absolutely. Yes, man. Nothing wrong with reading on a tablet. I just really can't do it. The Judge Dredd video. I am on volume 22. I had to put a break on my reading of that so I can go and read some Dark Horse stuff and some Fantagraphic stuff. But it will be coming out sometime in September. Hola, Omar. Llegó tarde. ¿De qué me perdí? No mucho. Estamos hablando de los nuevos Marvel Omnibus. Y estábamos hablando de Latinos y Latinx. Is there going to be a Reels talk on She-Hulk? Yes. We are reviewing She-Hulk on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What's up, Joe Cool? I'm glad you're feeling better, my dude. Maybe that will make up with a Man of Steel omnibus. Now we're talking. He met New X-Men, and Hoxpox. The other was a slip of the Rebel by Design. We do not agree on a lot of things. Although I do like Dazzler. We do agree on that. She knows how I feel about a certain run that she did not mention. But that's okay. Agree to disagree. Hello, any space theme or fighter pilot graphic novels recommendations? Space theme. Have you read Valeria's good. Like that was a good Euro comic. I really enjoyed that. Space theme or fighter pilots. There was a manga I used to read. Oh, I'm sorry. It was an American manga, though. It was published by Antarctic Press. And for the life of me, I cannot recall what the heck it was called. It was about World War II fighter pilots. It was quite excellent. Omar and Webhead, thanks for looking. I really want the Phantom Stranger. You're not alone, my brother. A lot of people do too. Damn, what the heck was that book? That is a good question. Now I'm trying to think of what that book was. Star Slayer's good. Fear Agent. Fear Agent is quite excellent, actually. That to me is Rick Remender's magnum opus. I read digitally before buying physical. Better that way than buying a $125 book you end up not liking. Absolutely. Gundam Thunderbolt. You know, I never did read that one. I did read the classic Gundam Origin, though. Do you think there's any chance that either Alpha Flight by John Byrne or Ecstatics will get a reprint? I mean, I think there's always a chance, yes. Speaking of She-Hulk, how's Pat's run? Worth picking up? I enjoyed Pat's run. It's a lot different than Dan Slott's run. Dan Slott's a lot more humorous and breaking more of the fourth wall. While she still does that, it's not like that at all. It takes more of a serious approach. Sentient is excellent. If you like stories like 2001 or Alien, Sentient is an excellent book. But wait for the hardcover, which is coming out in November, I think. Enemy Ace by Kanigher and Kubert. Gundam Thunder. Really, Planets? That one's excellent. That was printed over here by Dark Horse. I just finished the New Eternals run. It was really dope. Dude, I just started reading volume 2. It's excellent. I'm a big Gillen fan. I've never liked the Eternals. Is there a new Death of Superman Omni coming soon? I feel like Omar hasn't bought one. Shut up! I'll buy it because of you guys, okay? So I can do a purple. That's it. Thank you so much. Luftwaffe 1946. That's what it was called. That book was so good. Thank you, Jeff Sutter. Look at you doing the research, man. It was so good. So good. Eternals plus Axe Omnibus. Yeah, I think Gillen is finally getting a lot of recognition, and rightly so. His run on X-Men, his first Uncanny run, was so underrated. And it was so good. It introduced us too. That's where Sassy Sinister was introduced. I wanted to get caught up before starting Judgment Day. Man, I've been enjoying it. And I'm not the biggest. I have never liked the Eternals. Did you see the Reddit 100 best graphic novels? According to who? Did they take a vote? If they took a vote, that's pretty interesting. Like to see what that is. She's got a new iPad Air for reference for work. I've read a few comics on it. It's good size for full-page digital comics. I measured the screen. It's pretty close to the size of a floppy. Awesome, man. By the way, if you've not checked out Matthew Mangy's artwork, my gosh, you need to. That man will one day be publishing his own stuff and not be joining me on my Saturday streams because he'll be too busy making movies about his own stuff. Hey, Omar, I was wondering if there's a chance that there's an omnibus of David Liss's Black Panther, Man Without Fear run. That's not being collected in anything. There is a trade paperback of that, but no omnibus of that. Will there be new announcements these days? Yes, Sunday, Friday of next week, and next Sunday while I'm at BotCon next Sunday. Hi, Omar. Like the shirt. Thank you so much. Like the like button, or please hit that like button. Primordial by Lemire. I haven't got a chance to read it. It just came out, and for some reason I missed it. The Plastic Man by Arnold Drake. Love to see it. Oh, yeah. Bert, how are you, my dude? Will Amanda and you be covering Cobra Kai Season 5 dropping in September? Thank you for the super chat. Hey, I wanted to tell you I got that book that you recommended, man. Thank you. I just started opening it up. And then I had to take a break to read some comics for work. But it feels ridiculous saying that, but it's amazing and a blessing. That's what I get to do. But thank you for the recommendation. Yeah, let me talk to her about our schedule for September. We're doing our next show is on Sunday at 8 p.m. and that's the review of She-Hulk episode 1. Axe so far is so good. Oh, good, man. I'm glad to hear that. I haven't read a single issue. I've just read his Eternal stuff. I'll always show up for Saturday shows, Omar. Oh, my dude. Totoro. That's right, man. My neighbor Totoro. Hi, Omar. Loving Tom Taylor's Nightwing. Saw your overview of Fierce Day and had to get it. Also, got into some manga and got Kaiju number 8. It's so good. I haven't read Kaiju 8 yet. That's the one that's being published by Viz, correct? I'm glad that you're enjoying Nightwing. It's up there, man. Like, I honestly, to me, like, Chuck Dixon's run on Nightwing will always be my favorite run of Nightwing. But this is good. Like, I haven't read a Nightwing this good in years. And I was trying to think when the last time I really enjoyed it. I like Peter Tomasi's run on Nightwing. I thought it was quite excellent. Marv Wolfman's return was nostalgia. But I wasn't the biggest fan of the Kyle Higgins or Tom King's run or Tim Seeley's Grayson. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying this. Will Dawn of X ever be collected in omnibus format? Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We just don't know when. I just got the Simpsons omnibus, which says it's 1 of 3. I'm wondering how it would work if Marvel was going to make me make their own omnibus. They very well could. This is a third-party company. That's another one that I ordered that I still haven't gotten. Dang it. I just started reading Marvel Cosmic. Thank you for all your reading order videos. Getting Infinity Gauntlet signed by Starlin. You're going to Dragon Con? Say hi to my buddy Oddfeld. She's going to be there. I need to get her back on the show so we can do some Met My Ex. It was terribly handed editorial decision, but on the other hand, Kate should only be marrying Renee anyway. Oh, are you talking about the marriage that didn't take place and it was finally handled by Nightwing, the issue of Nightwing? Yeah, that really made me mad. But then again, like, that was what was happening, right? That's what One More Day was. And then DC did the No More Marriages. Really destroyed that creative team. Space Battleship Yamato. Yes, for all those in America, he's talking about Star Blazers. Excellent series. Dawn of X announcement tomorrow confirmed. No. I can safely say no. We're years from now. Super sticker. Thank you, Joe. I've heard that Image will reprint Brubaker's Fate. He's trying to get that reprinted. Hardcover edition. Is there any truth to the rumor that you're allowed to tell us about? My contact at Image is it's interesting because it's not like my contact at Marvel. David and Marvel get to decide what comes out, right? The Image is different because it's like Ed Brubaker wants this reprinted. So you're going to hear from him first before Image, their PR department. So I have a good relationship with them as far as when they answer my questions, but they themselves sometimes don't know. They didn't know. They had no idea about Savage Dragon until like Eric Larson himself was like, "Hey, I want to get this done." So they're working together now on that. Omar, I've been reading the Batwoman omnibus and loved it. Sad DC Comics during the New 52, they would not allow Kate and Maggie to get married. Yep. It's a dumb move. I mean, it was such a dumb move that it got J.H. Williams left the book. And J.H. Williams art, my gosh, how do you lose a guy like that? Needs Superman omnis. Yes, we do, my dude. One day, I will airfold New 52 related grievances. How long can YouTube videos actually be? What's up, Gabriel? How are you gonna say that, man? Surprised you fell for the old fake jogger gag. Thanks a lot, buddy. Thanks for bringing it up. That hurts. What's up, brother? Can we see the Wakanda Omni? What's up, my dude? Yes, you can. Just got this out the other day. Here, let me actually get this opened. Since I don't have my wonderful assistant this week, I have to do this all myself. So this is the direct market. Marvel was kind enough to send me both covers. So one will be given away. But this is what the direct market cover looks like. The spines are different. That's what the spine looks like. It's a big book. I mean, this thing is bigger than a Snicker, boy. There's the back cover. This is Daniel Acuna, I believe, is the artist on that. Big book. My gosh. Let me see. Hold on a second. If people are like, why is he smelling that book? Because I got to the point where I could smell where the printers are from. This one doesn't have a unique smell to it. Paper stock feels like the latest Donley print. I think this is a Donley printer book. I could be mistaken. But I'll be honest, I was reading the King Conan omnibus, and the paper stock in that felt like it was the paper stock that they used at the Donnelly printer, and it was an iMac printer. Let's see. Oh, Donnelly printer. This one's printed at the Donnelly printer. But here is, let me, before I do that, let me do this. Oh, I like that. That's cool. The design around the book. I don't know if, I hope it shows up. So this design is throughout the whole book, and then you have this image of T'Challa right here in like it's almost like a sepia. Very cool. Omar is an Omni whisperer. Not really, man. If that was the case, I'd get what's it called? New Warriors Omnibus Volume 3. Maybe one day, right? That's the dream, right? We gotta get these books printed that you all want first. Getting Immortal Hulk, I know a lot of people loves that. Marvel knows how to make a book, man. Live review, thank you. I'm just really, you all checked. You all wanted to see it, so that's why I wanted to go ahead and do it. Check out the live action Yamato movie. Oh my gosh, yes. The new one was really good. We're all used to your weird, Nobody needed to hear me sneeze, so apologies for that. May have to mute it to go. We are looking at the Wakanda world of Black Panther. So it's that. Then you have this purple spine right here. The image, keep in mind, this is the direct market cover. And the back there by Daniel Acuna. So, I mean, God bless. This is a big book. Can't wait to. I showed Neil. By the way, is that Sailor Moon? That's awesome. I showed the Hellions book a little bit earlier. Bless, thank you all. Thank you for the bless. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey Omar, and hearing Omar sneeze is part of a high Patreon tier. Nobody needs to hear me sneeze. My allergies are acting up. Ah, man, I turned 30 14 plus years ago and never had allergies before that. I was driving to work one day and I was like, why am I crying? What's happening? Tears, man. Tears. Salud, hermano. Muchas gracias, hermano. Just got the ASMR tingles. Asthma. Is that how you say it? Is this Spider-Man Marvel's bestseller? Why do they let those omnis go out of print? A question I get asked often, but I don't mind answering and tackling every time. Pretty much, it's impossible to keep every book in print, right? If you look at the catalog and look how many books are in print, it's impossible to keep them all in print because there's not a magical warehouse with infinite amount of room. There's not a magical printer that doesn't do other printings. They don't own their own printer, right? And before you ask, why don't they own their own printer? If they own their own printer, that would make these books about $200+, right? Especially if they're, because you have to pay your employees, you have to give them benefits. So they give these jobs to third-party printers, whether they're in China, Turkey, Canada, Mexico. This is everybody, by the way, not just Marvel. I can't think of a single publisher that has an in-house printer besides maybe, was it Random House that used to in the early aughts? But anyway, so that's pretty much it, right? These printers also print school books, they print Bibles, they print all kinds of books, and Marvel books are just some of the things they also print. So a lot of it has to do with that. That's why they can't keep every book in stock. I mean, I hope that answers your question, or at least gives you a little bit of an insight as to why they can't do it. Omar, do you have a most anticipated Omni? Yeah, upcoming Wolverine 3, New Warriors 2, and one that I haven't announced yet. Omar, please explain, if you know the reason as to why X Lives and Deaths cost $75 for 10 issues. Is it me or is it just too much, especially when we get 50 issues for $100 or less? That goes back to what I was saying earlier. These books, like this one here, this was printed in China. Okay. This was printed in China. Books in Turkey, the man hours are different. That book that you're talking about, the X Lives, that was printed in the United States. So on top of that, it's also the X tax, as I like to joke about, but really it's not much of a joke, right? It's It's more of a thing. They know people will pay for that. But you throw the fact that it was printed in the United States, you're going to be paying more for that. So it's this balance that I talk about. People complain about like, oh, the paper's too thin. They need to have thicker paper. Well, the books that are printed in the US cost more, right? And so that's kind of what happens. It's this balance of like, uh, Charlton had their printer. They went out of business. What's up, Darren? Sorry, just joined. Sorry if this has been asked, but please question Sylvester about his Batman Joker title. Oh, yes. He wants to keep it to Top Cow, but he's like, I'd be happy to talk about some Batman stuff if you wanted to. And I'll be like, okay, awesome, man. Just started reading comics a few weeks ago. But by the way, Big Meech, thank you for the super chat, my brother. Thank you for the super chat. Melanie's not here, but she would be really disappointed if I did not use one of. I can't even remember. I'm going to use this one. Let's go, bub. Yep, that right there, because that was her. She likes a GIF. It's not even a meme. Gosh, I'm so old. It's a GIF. I'm sorry about that. But thank you for the super chat. Let me get to your question. Just started reading comics a few weeks ago. I've read some odd series such as Wonder Woman, The Just War, and Wolverine by Benjamin Percy, and Batman Who Laughs along with Halo. Just picked up Spawn Compendium 1, open to other recommendations. So you just started reading a few weeks ago. What I guess the question would be a follow-up question to what have you been enjoying lately? And then we can open up that floodgate. So if you like things like Wolverine, then go with the classic Wolverine stuff. You can't go wrong, like Wolverine Omnibus Volume 1. If you like Spawn, you may like other Image series like The Walking Dead or Saga or some of the Jeff Lemire stuff that they printed, like Ascender and Descender. But if you like more of the horror-centric stuff like that, there was a really good series that just came out in the Deluxe hardcover edition called Ice Cream Man. You can also pick up things like Chew, which has like a horror feel to it, also available in hardcover format. Nailbiter, I would say, but that's out of print right now, but you can still find the trade paperbacks. Hellboy, always recommend Hellboy if you enjoy. So you got like a range here because you got some DC and you have some independent stuff, and you got Wolverine. So if you like that, then Uncanny X-Men, you can't go wrong with that. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps you branch out and pick up different books. And I love the fact that you're picking up independent titles too. If you liked Halo, yeah, there's a good Halo collection that I think was it Dark Horse put out. It just came out a couple of weeks ago. It's solid. But here's another suggestion if you enjoyed Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman by Greg Rucka, Wonder Woman by Gail Simone, also Harleen by Stepan Sajek, Deadly Class by Rick Remender. Yes, how did I forget about Deadly Class? Something's Killing the Children by James Tynion and Saga by Brian K. Vaughan. See, people in the chat also help out. Love you all. 6-year-old me. He's cute. Me, Omar. 6-year-old me. No, Totoro. Oh, you're 6-year-old who, first of all, yes, I am cute. I'm not as adorable as Totoro, but then again, no one is. Y'all, I've shown my custom Omni of Greg Rucka's Wonder Woman, right? Just because I don't think it was coming. Let me see. I bought The Walking Dead back in high school. Couldn't finish the first chapter, but I love the dark vibe in Spawn. Okay, so if you don't like horror stuff like The Walking Dead, then definitely check out things like Chew or like Ice Cream Man. I think Ice Cream Man is excellent. But if you like the artwork in Spawn, that 90s feel, then definitely check out his amazing Spider-Man run, which just came back to print. And Cyberforce by Mark Silvestri. Thank you for the super chat, Jack Ferry. Sorry, I've been lacking, guys. Nobody reminded me. You get an Alf dance, right? Is that what it is? Melanie, I don't know. Melanie came up with these. I swear. The allergies started when a lot of bees started dying off, hence more pollen not being picked up and piling up. Are we losing more bees? Don't say that. I love the bees. Sensei Omar, what's up, comics? If Secret Wars Omnibus will sell, not sure about pre-order numbers, do you think we have a chance to reprint Secret Wars 2? Yeah, of course. Really depends on the sales. By the way, the sales for people that were like, oh, it's too expensive. That book, when I bought it, was $100 retail price. They actually made this reprint, cheaper. It's $75 instead of $100. So, and if you live in the U.S., there's discounts at places that offer it, like cheapgraphicnovels.com. If you live in the United States, cheapgraphicnovels.com has big nick and dent sales. books up to 50% off, and tell them the Your Condition sent you their way for your free shipping of your next order. That's cheapgraphicnovels.com. Oh, if you like brutal horror, well, he said he didn't like the vibe of that of Walking Dead, so I didn't think he would hang with Berserk or Helsing if you want to do manga. What's the plan for next week? Let's see. Tomorrow is an announcement video, and then at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is Amanda and I reviewing She-Hulk episode 1. Monday is powerful graphic novels that have made me cry. Yes, I'm going there. I'm man enough to talk about the tears. Tuesday is the Marvel trade paperbacks. Wednesday is the Superman Reading Order Part 6. Friday or Thursday and Friday, depending on when I get my books, will be the overviews of Justice League and Animal Man 2022, Echo Lands. There's another hardcover like Razor Blades that's coming out. So those will be those days where I may shift my schedule around, but that's the schedule. Saturday will be the live stream live from BotCon, Nashville, Tennessee, baby. I'm glad you liked Chew. I thought it was excellent. Anyone going to PCAR Fest today? What's up, Psycho Cleveland? I talked about you. Did you know, I talked to Taylor about this, that the people that did Dynamite Diva were only 19 years old working on that book? That book is insane, by the way. Thank you for sending my way. It was a lot of fun. Omar, I got some cons for you to check out. WivaCon in Whiteville, Virginia in September. Tazewell Comic Con in Tazewell, Virginia in October. I will be a vendor at both. What are you selling, my dude? Are you selling your the wooden things that you work on? Yes, the Spawn Origins. By the way, I did reach out to McFarlane and his folks, hopefully to get some kind of schedule. I haven't heard back yet, so I did do that. So I'll be sharing a schedule sometime, hopefully soon, if I hear back from them. What's the next reading order? That will be up to you all. Woo! Superman reading order ends with part 6. I need to do something small again, man. That Superman reading order kicked my butt. I don't know. I usually let our Patreons. Oh, see, that's how much I suck at promoting these things. We do have a Patreon. It's in the description of the video if you want to join us, help support the channel. Phenomenal way. Plus, there's a ton of perks. Starting at $1, and then we have like a $25 tier. That's a one-on-one consultation. That is currently sold out. But there are different tiers to meet your needs. My wife would be really happy with me since I said that. But as far as what the next reading order is, I put a couple of ideas there, and I let the Patreons vote for the next reading order. Yeah. Swamp Thing, it has a horror element, but not that much, especially if you read Alan Moore's. It's so good. We Three makes everyone cry. Yeah, this was a hard list because I mentioned earlier, you know, I'm a softie when it comes to reading some of these books, man. Like, things emotionally move me, and depending where I was at a point in my life, like, they move me in different ways. So yeah. You going to Virginia too, man? What did you think of Wolverine Origin and then giving back his memories? Was it a good or bad for the character? Did it have to happen eventually, or was it better we knew less about him? I wasn't a fan of Wolverine Origins. You're talking about the Daniel Way run. Origin Wolverine is the miniseries by Paul Jenkins, Joe Quesada, Andy Kubert, Richard Eisenoff. Wolverine Origin was the ongoing series by Daniel Way post House of M, when Wolverine's like, I remember everything. No. I don't need explanations. I like a character that has false memory implants. I like a character that I don't know. I like little hints as to his past life, because that really, you know, having everything laid out for you about your past, it didn't add anything to it. And I guess the editors agreed with that, because they really haven't really touched upon that story in a long time. I think Deadpool's coming back with an ongoing series, if I'm not mistaken. So I hope so. Being in Italy has become hard to get cheaper options. I tried Walt, but the books I look for are not on his website. I should email him and ask him, aren't they available? Email him and he'll be happy to order them for you, honestly. I just signed up for that. Okay, yeah, we do have an Ask Me Anything that gets wild. It's like this, except it's a lot more, you know, personal, if you will, and definitely a lot more adult humor. Hey, Omar, we need an overview of the new Grindel Omnibus Volume 1. Yes, my dude. I got a stack of books over there that I'm working through. Seems like whenever I'm like trying to come up with ideas for the channel, I end up getting a bunch of stuff through the mail. I know, first world problems, right? But I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to figure out a way to read these books in this amount of time. So I have to sit down, and that's why I actually Taylor came in at the right time, wanting to take over social media. So he'll be handling social media. I'll still be answering all the questions to Patreon, but starting Monday, he'll be answering questions through social media, and then sending questions my way if he doesn't know the answers to. So it's all about time management. Because it's hard for me to stop reading. I'll be honest with you. Please just do a Wonder Woman without the vote. I've tried twice. It got outvoted. Got outvoted by Thor, and I can't remember the second time what it was. Maybe I'll put up Wonder Woman against something else. Like, have I done a Captain America reading order yet? I don't think so. Iron Man? I haven't done Iron Man yet either, have I? Let me ponder on that. I do need a little bit of a break. Maybe I'll put like Exiles versus something like oh my gosh, what's another short-lived series? I'll think of something. Kill Giants. Yeah, it was a hard list, man. It was a hard list to put together. Omar, should I sell my comics and go the omnibus and trade paperback route? I will never tell you what to do because you may miss your comics. You may miss your single issues. Me, myself, I sold off just about everything. And as far as single issues, I still have my run of Uncanny, right? And my run of New Mutants and X Factor. Because I knew, like, oh man, these books are just coming out too fast. And yeah, this is the way I want to collect them. They look wonderful on the shelf. I know when I'm looking at my shelf, I know what particular story I'm looking for and what volume it's in. So instead of going through long boxes and not making fun or dissing on the long box people or anything like that, I had a bunch of those. It's just easier for me to have them on a shelf, get the book out and read them. I read comics digitally on Marvel Unlimited and have over 4,000 comics saved, which I plan to read in release order. Wow, what a journey. If I read 2 comics a day, it will take 6 years to finish them all. That will take a long time. What's up, Ringmaster? How are you? Never read Akira. Recommend the box set or blind buy? Dude, don't do the box set. if you've never read it, try it out first. There are softcover versions available, pretty cheap now in the third-party market. Try volume 1. See if it's for you. If you watched the movie and you liked it, then get the box set because that's exactly what you're getting. Hey, Omar, I bought tickets for Star Wars Rogue One release on IMAX. Are you planning to go see it with the Andor preview? I haven't had any plans yet. So I still need to see Nope. Like I've been wanting to see Nope. It's just things happened and family events, friends want to get together. Seems like because we're opening back up. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go see my friends and I'll go watch. And I've completely forgot about Nope. I finally got to see was it The Northman? That movie was excellent. Hey Omar, are the absolute editions of Sandman evergreen? Yes, they are. I get mad anxiety and I won't be able to complete the set. Yes, they are. Worry not. Now, if you get mad anxiety because you're trying to complete the set, trying to have the same labels on them, that might get you because people have different stock available. You may be like, I think with cheap graphic novels and Walt, they'll let you know which stock they have available. I don't know how In Stock Trades or Organic Price Books handles their stock questions, like which stock. I think the guy that runs Organic Price Books, JP, does a good job of answering things too. I don't know about In Stock Trades or Tales of Wonder, but you can ask him ahead of time. Hey, which label do you have? Is it all the black label, or do you have some Vertigo in there? Because I assume they want to get rid of the old stock too. Will Remender's Black Science get a reprint? Not anytime soon, because he made a tweet about those books being, this is it for now. Maybe in a few years we'll look back at it. So not anytime soon. Juice, how are you, my dude? Been a while. I'm still waiting on that Michelini Bagley announcements. Demetes will also do. Oh, man. You're hammering me. It's been a while. You come in, hammer me. Hi, I want to share with y'all that even though I have issues in my personal life, I want y'all to experience the positivity that I have inside of me. Joey, you're such a good, positive guy, man. You just come in and say hi and wish everybody have a wonderful weekend. The world needs a lot more Joey Berries, I don't know if you've heard that today, but we do. Wonder Woman reading orders needed, Omar. That is a fact. Please do it for us, no matter the votes. Okay, but it's a democracy, man. We gotta let the votes count. Hello, Omar. How often do you clean your comic shelves? Where is Tina? I got to get TikTok Tina here so she can answer this question because she knows I don't. And how do you avoid Omni spines from collapsing since books are vertically? Thanks, man. I stopped worrying about sagginess. It's going to happen to all of us in life, you know. No, honestly, I don't worry. I don't worry about it. I've had these books since day one, since they've come out. Read a lot of these multiple times, and I haven't had issues with them sagging or the spine, you know, ripping from the spine or anything like that. So I know people have put like styrofoam blocks, and I have no idea why I haven't made a patent of that yet, like Omni holders or what could we call them? Block holders, whatever they are. But you know what I'm saying? Put an MC logo on it. Marketing, baby. Merchandising. Near mint condition, the toilet paper. Oh gosh, sorry, my brain is going everywhere now. So as far as dusting, I don't dust. Like my wife sometimes comes down here. She's so sweet. She'll start dusting, and I'm like, "What's the point? They're books. It's gonna show they're well loved, and it shows, you know, it gives them a sense of how do I put this? Almost gives them character, if you will. Alf versus Alien. Alien kills Alf. Is James here? 770 tier gives you the bookly month. Oh yeah. There's also a stream that these my wife leads to do a monthly book club meeting. They read a book. I think this month is Invincible, and they all put their pretty faces on, and they all have a big meeting about it. She records it and puts it out later for Patreon. Yeah, I was buying the issues from a local shop, so you knew how old they were. Omar, buddy, gotta ask David to add Gamma Flight. Dude, that book is huge already. I'm gonna say that's a no. Then we'll make it like a companion or something. And honestly, there might be room for a companion OHC. Having collected editions makes it easier to let friends and kids borrow them. Absolutely. Manifesting Omnis. Iron Man by Fraction and La Roca. Hawkeye by Kelly Thompson. Daredevil by Nascenti. I don't like your style, Cesar. Any chance of Marvel reacquiring ROM? We need those Mantlo Buscema classics. Why stop at ROM? Give me that Psychonauts or Micronauts. I would love that. Romnibus and the Micronauts. Wonder Woman New 52s. I thought it was a great jumping on point. I know Barr doesn't like those. Right, Barr? You don't like that run? The Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Rizzo or Cliff Chang? I thought they did a good job. I like the horror element in it. Dusting Omni shelves is so tiring. And you also need to start a service that does it for you. Omni diapers is what I call them. The NMC Omni Wedge. There we go. Somebody patent that. Before I go, thank you all for your positivity, Omar. I need to hear those words you said. Yeah, you got it, buddy. You got it. I hate dust on my shelves. Well, I thought about like having like the glass doors, you know, for these things, and I'm like, I don't know if that's really me. For toys, yes. Bars, you F2 Rebel by Design. You're not a fan of Brian Azzarello's horror take on Wonder Woman. I thought it was good. Yo, Omar, what's with Wetworks collection? I keep hearing about. I can't find anything. Oh, I haven't heard anything about that. Heard about Savage Dragon. I haven't heard about that one though. Hey Omar, when Marvel says there will be a certain Omni will be made based on sales, are they referring to? They are always referring to pre-order. That okay? So referring to pre-order is how much the bookstores pre-order them, right? Like Amazon has their own algorithm, but they're looking at direct market because direct market shows like what the audience or what the customers are pre-ordering. So that's what they're looking for. And those have to be so that to them they're already moving forward, right? Like they're 6 months, they're a year ahead of time they're working on books. So to them, what matters is the pre-order sales. If that show's good, then yeah, we're gonna get a volume 2, a volume 3. If pre-orders are low, then they might think, okay, well maybe there's other books people are interested in because they're already thinking way ahead. Doesn't matter if, like, say, I'll use this, and this is not the case, by the way, but I'm going to use it. Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2. Say Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2 didn't have the pre-orders, like, the orders are cut in half for some reason. I don't know. People lost interest. I don't know. Although I can't imagine why. But if the pre-order numbers don't come in, that shows that there are people still interested in this book, and pre-orders for another book have bigger numbers, then they're going to move forward with another volume of something else. And it doesn't matter if Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2 sells out day one. If all the books are gone. To Marvel, they've already moved on from that, right? There's nothing they can do. Those pre-order, that's what was pre-ordered. So whatever algorithm they use from pre-orders to printer, if those numbers are gone by the time it reaches store, they've moved on to another project. So that's why I always say pressure to fact to pre-order. It's very important. But anyway, Marvel only looking at pre-order seems like a big next step to me. I get that they have plan ahead, but I buy so many books. Right, that's as a customer, you do. But places like in-stock trades don't do pre-orders, right? So they already have to make up their own algorithm based on the pre-orders that DCBS gets. So that's his own thing. Cheap Graphic Novels bases the pre-orders on what you all pre-order, and then they say, okay, well, let's see how much we can fatten that up to meet expectations if a book is going to be huge. Omar, how did you get over the FOMO that comes with collecting? It can be overwhelming at times. It is. For real, I'll be honest, like one of the things I always tell people, and I know this goes against every code by every YouTuber, but one of the things I would have to do if I was on a boat of like losing my job and couldn't afford these things, I couldn't watch shows like this. Right? I couldn't watch shows because if I see somebody opening a book and I'm like, ooh, oh, I like that. Oh, that looks good. I need that on my shelf. It does look good. Before I know it, I'm on my phone. And I mean, life has made it easier for us to order these things, right? You got your credit card on your phone. You're one click away from ordering the book. Before you know it, you're ordering a book instead of putting food on the table. And I would hate that for anybody. So that's the God honest truth. I've told people that before too, and it kind of surprised some people. That you tell people for real to stop watching your show. I'm 100% honest. My show is not about like breaking people. I don't want to do that. That's why I don't do things like, oh, this book is going out of print. Go and buy it now. Because I would feel horrible if people don't feed their family and go and buy books. Because I know the mentality is out there. And it's, it's a thing. It becomes an obsession sometimes. So just 100% my honest opinion, my dude. But don't forget to smash that like button and keep watching the show, please. Appreciate the honesty, man. I know what GOAT is. Greatest of all time. Thanks, man. Omar, I'm very sad that Avengers and Iron Man don't have any love. I really want to have reprints of those. I think we'll definitely get Avengers reprints, right? We have an anniversary coming up because it's not just an X-Men anniversary, it's also an anniversary for Avengers. So I think the reprints will come. We may even get a future omnibus, maybe a couple other books, maybe finally an Uncle Raj. Who knows what the future will hold. Silly Omar, omnis aren't food. I mean, if you got to. FOMO hits me a lot. Sometimes I tell myself, wait a week and see if I still want it. And usually by then it sells out, so I don't need to worry about that point too. That too. Omar, when are you going to post the Morrison era JLA omnis coming? When are the posts? Oh, you mean like Mark Waid, Joe Kelly's run? Who knows? I mean, we're going to get a new 52 volume 2. It's coming out. Finally. I try to wait an hour or so before deciding what to buy. Sometimes, and actually buying it. Sometimes I decide I don't want it after all. And that could help too, waiting around a little bit. FOMO's hard since, by the way, FOMO, for the people that don't know, if you're new to the channel, it's fear of missing out. It's hard since some books seem to disappear for a time. Yeah, for all time. Omar, are you getting Marvel versus? That is the one thing I'm debating on. We have to finish our room. Behind all this is another room that I'm going to make into my video game and movie room. And I'm like, do I really have a room here for a arcade cabinet? I always wanted a MAME arcade cabinet. I don't know. So I'm thinking about that one because I love all those games, especially if they add the Sega Saturn version of Marvel versus Capcom, or I'm sorry, Street Fighter versus Marvel. Oh, Street Fighter versus X-Men. Marvel vs. Capcom had a couple characters like Robot Akuma that were not in the arcade. Hey, Omar, do you think there will be a Gambit omnibus? I think so. There's enough material and there's enough demand for the character. Oh my gosh, is it 1 o'clock already, guys? That's how much I love you all. I didn't even know what time it was. I haven't been keeping an eye on time. When will Marvel restock Thor? That will come. I've told David about that. He said maybe sometime soon. What's up, Marvel Bab? It's Ant-Man's anniversary. That's right. That's where we're going to get a reprint of the Epic Volume 1 and Epic Volume 2. So, I told myself I would only get Phase 2 of IDW Transformers. I didn't take out a loan to get all the rest of Phase 2 and was on the shelf. FOMO! It happens. It happens. What day are the announcements? The announcements are Sunday morning. So tomorrow, if you're on Patreon, you get early access to those announcements I think, so they'll be on Patreon today. Then on next Friday and next Sunday. And I just want to take this time to thank everybody, to remind everybody to smash the like button. If you're enjoying these shows, please don't forget to tell people about our channel. Thank you all. Thank you to our patrons for making videos possible for me to keep doing this. It's been a blessing. You all have been a blessing. And there are not enough words. Stay tuned. In September, we'll be having our big 70K giveaway. And good luck to all those people. It is open to open water. So anybody, we've had some donations already. We've had some wonderful folks that have reached out to me to see how they can help. So yeah, it's a good time. It's a draining time for me and Melanie, but it's our way of thanking you all for being a part of this. There'll be a separate giveaway for Patreons too, no matter what tier you're in. So I'm working on dates for that. But at this moment, I just want to thank everyone again and enjoy your weekend. Be with your family. Go read a good comic. Stay healthy and safe out there. Much love, and Melanie sends her love. She'll be back with me next week.